Welcome to Manifesting Basics Heelcamps. Yes, I said Heelcamp and not boot camp because over here we do heels. In this series, we're going to dive deeper into the principles and methods that include mindset transformation, manifestation, and what I like to call feminine reality creation. We're also going to dive deeper into the principles in my book, Manifesting Made Basic. Hi, my name is Amber Turner, and I am the author and creator of Manifesting Made Basic, one of the most simple and basic manifesting methodologies that you'll probably ever come across. So with each Heelcamp, you'll be able to find a workbook or a worksheet associated with it, and you can download it in the link below. All Heelcamps can be found at my website at ambermarieturner.com/Heelcamps. So I invite you to download the worksheet and take notes. And without further ado, let's get into Heelcamp. So welcome to part number 1 of Heelcamp. So this is going to be a new series I'm excited about. Instead of doing this boot camp thing that people do, we're going to put a little feminine energy on this thing. So welcome to Heelcamp part 1. Today we're talking about sit your ass down, and this is step number 3 of Manifesting Made Basic, my book. If you do not know who I am, my name is Amber Turner, and I talk about manifestation, I talk about mindset, I talk about achieving your dreams, and I'm also the author of Manifesting Made Basic and the creator of Manifesting Made Basic, which is the most simple and basic manifesting methodology that you're probably going to come across. And this Heelcamp, we are talking about step number 3, which is create the rules for your game. So step number 3 is all about the programming. It is all about how your manifestation will unfold. So that's what I want to talk about in this Heelcamp, is how we figure out what the programming is and all of those things. So before we get into that, I will share the process, which is Manifesting Made Basic. And it is step number 1 is build the vision. Step number 2 is becoming the alchemist. This is doing the inner work, becoming the alchemist and transforming and stepping into that new energetic state. And step number 3, we talk about the programming. We talk about create the rules for your game. And this is how your manifestation is going to unfold. So I want to start here. So 2 levels deep. So when it comes to creating the rules for your game, you have to understand that this thing is 2 levels deep. So we talk about in step number 1, we talk about building the vision. And then in step number 2, we become the alchemist and start doing the inner work and the shifting that's involved, which we talk about when it comes to the shift journaling method that I talk about in my book and my newest method, H&M scripting. And so we do it in those steps. And as we start becoming the alchemist and start shifting and transforming, what's going to happen oftentimes is the secondary and sponsoring thoughts are going to come up. And again, step number 3, creating the rules for your game, is how your manifestation is going to unfold. And so once we figure out what these 2 levels deep, the sponsoring thoughts, the secondary thoughts that are attached to our manifestation, our vision, our dream, we are going to have to alchemize that as well and do the inner work so we can so our manifestation will unfold in a beautiful, easy, and incredible way. So this is how we create the rules for our game. So as we go through the steps, and we are going through step number 2, becoming the alchemist and doing the inner work and doing the transformative work, you will see that things will come up. So, for instance, if you are manifesting wealth, so in step number 1 in your vision, building your vision, you are manifesting wealth. That is what you are wanting to step into is wealth. Once you start doing the inner work and becoming the alchemist and doing the transformative work, some things that might come up, which we address in step number 3, is the secondary thoughts. And this is the programming I talk about in the book, step number 3. It's the programming, it's the secondary thoughts, it's the sponsoring thoughts, as Neil Donald Walsh talks about. I like how he says the sponsoring thoughts. But so when it comes to manifesting wealth, some things that can come up is maybe a secondary thought that it will be hard, or you can't have love if you're wealthy, or another secondary sponsoring thought or the program could be wealth will add stress to your life. And another thing could be you won't have time for the things that you love. Or another sponsoring secondary thought or the program could be people will hate me if I am wealthy. So we might go into something wanting to manifest something specifically, like wealth. And then we start doing, the work and the transformative work. We do the H&M scripting and we do the shift journal method that I talk about in my book. We do those things, and then what will happen is these secondary things will come up, and we will also have to alchemize and transform these as well. These stories around the manifestation, the programming around the manifestation. And so how we transform and alchemize those things is the same way that we do with the manifestation. We either let it go if it's easy to let it go. Like, is it true that people will hate me? And you might truly believe that. But then if we can't let the thought go, even though you should, it's just a thought. But if you really truly believe that, if it's totally ingrained in you, we will need to transform and alchemize that through step number 2 and do that inner work to transform that thought. So if we believe that people will hate us if we're wealthy, another sponsoring thought or belief we can adopt and have alchemize and step into the energetic state of is everyone loves me. Everyone loves that I can support them. Everyone loves that I am living the life of my dreams. Everyone loves me. And we can transform and alchemize that sponsoring secondary programming around that manifestation. So that's why I put create the rules for your game as step number 3, because often those secondary sponsoring thoughts are going to come up as you alchemize, as you step into the energetic state of that vision. So that's why I did it in that order, because it is important to create the rules for your game and how your manifestation is going to unfold, because we don't want to manifest the thing and it doesn't feel good. Or like we manifest the money, but it was a struggle and it was hard to get there. Or we manifest love, but it's like got some things around it that we didn't want. Like, there can be a lot of stories when it comes to relationship and love where it's like toxic and, there's cheating and, you know, emotionally unavailable, all sorts of things. But often when you create the vision and you commit and get clear on the vision, you commit to it. And so you move into step number 2, which is stepping into the energetic state, the transformative part of this thing, these secondary stories, thoughts, sponsoring thoughts, the programming is going to come up. And so we're going to have to address that if you can't just let it go. If you can't say, you know, is it true? No, it's not really true, and let that thought go, then we're going to have to do some alchemizing, becoming the alchemist around those sponsoring secondary thoughts. So I did want to share that. I wanted to do this quick hill camp. Part number one, sit your ass down, because the reason why I called it sit your ass down, because sometimes when it comes to creating the life that we want, we kind of just go. And sometimes you just gotta be still and know, and sit your eyes down in meditation and kind of look at the things that are coming up around your manifestation, because these secondary sponsoring thoughts can be hard to see if you don't sit your ass down and be quiet. Like you, because they're so ingrained in us that we don't even realize that we have these stories around wealth, or we have these stories around love, or we have these stories around a house or a car or anything that we're manifesting, a business or money or anything. We don't realize that we have these stories. And so sometimes we have to slow down, sit our ass down in meditation or in prayer, whatever works for you, whether it's in the mountains or in a corner in your bedroom. Sit your ass down and recognize that you have stories and secondary thoughts around your manifestation, because it's really important. Because, like I said, creating the rules, step number three, creating the rules for your game is how that manifestation is going to unfold. You want it to be in the best and most incredible way possible. You want it to feel good. You want it to be joyous. You want it to be blissful. You want it to be all these things. And so it's really, really important to create the rules for your game. And that's why I did a whole step on it. It's like, okay, we have a vision. We're going to do this thing. But no, there's things are going to come up around your manifestation, and addressing those things is super important. I truly believe that you can sit your ass down and really say, I can let this go. But sometimes a belief is so deeply ingrained that we really believe it to be true. It's so ingrained in our system. It's so ingrained in our life that we believe that it's true. And honestly, I'm gonna be real, the only truth is love. So that's the only truth. But if you have issues of letting something go, doing creating the rules for your game is really, really important. So I did want to share that. I hope you guys enjoyed Hill Camp number one. And yeah, so we're gonna have some more hill camps coming down the pipeline. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.